Narrator. So, narrator, it's that time of year again. Narrator. September rolls around. Narrator. The leaves start to change. Narrator. And a new iPhone lands on my desk. Narrator. This year it's the iPhone 16. Narrator. And like clockwork, the hype is real. Narrator. Apple has been talking a big game, promising some key upgrades that people have been asking for. Narrator. We're hearing about a new design narrator, a smarter camera narrator, a faster chip. Narrator. But the real question, how does it actually feel to use? Narrator. Is this the upgrade you've been waiting for? Narrator. Or is it just another small step forward? Narrator. Let's find out. Narrator. My first thought taking it out of the box. Narrator. It's familiar but different. Narrator. You can immediately see Apple's attention to detail. Narrator. The packaging is minimal, just the phone and a USB-C cable. Narrator. Holding it for the first time, you notice the subtle changes. Narrator. It's familiar but refined. Subtle curves, new finishes, a refined feel. Let's talk about the design, because it's the first thing you'll notice. Apple has made some interesting choices with the iPhone 16. The sharp, flat edges we've had for the past few generations have been softened just a bit. They're not completely rounded like the old iPhone 11, but there's a gentle contour where the frame meets the glass. This makes a surprisingly big difference in how it feels to hold. It's more comfortable, less diggy in your palm during long sessions of scrolling or watching videos. The phone still feels premium, with a matte glass back that resists fingerprints beautifully and a sturdy aluminum frame. The size is pretty much what we've come to expect from the standard iPhone model. It's a great middle ground that should work for most people. It's big enough to enjoy content, but small enough to use one-handed without too much trouble. One of the biggest physical changes this year is the new capture button on the side. It's a dedicated button for the camera, which you can tap to take a photo or hold to start recording video. It's a neat idea, borrowed from dedicated cameras, and it adds a new level of functionality that photographers will appreciate. It feels clicky and responsive. The colors this year are subdued. I have the new forest green here. It shifts in the light and looks incredible. Narrator. Alright, let's talk about the screen. Narrator, because this is where you'll spend 100% of your time with this phone. Narrator. The iPhone 16 features what Apple is calling a Super Retina XDR display, and it is gorgeous. Narrator. The colors are incredibly vibrant and accurate. Narrator. But not overly saturated. Narrator. Blacks are deep and inky thanks to the OLED technology. Narrator. Watching movies. Narrator. Just looking at your photos a real treat. Narrator. The contrast is fantastic, narrator, and it makes text look incredibly sharp and easy to read even for long periods. Narrator. It's a beautiful canvas for all your content. Narrator. One of the most noticeable improvements this year is the brightness. Narrator. The screen gets significantly brighter, especially outdoors in direct sunlight. Narrator. This was a pain point on some older models. Narrator. But with the iPhone 16, I had no trouble seeing the screen clearly, even on a bright sunny day. Narrator. This higher peak brightness also makes HDR content pop. Narrator. Watching shows on Netflix. Narrator. Videos on YouTube that support HDR is a stunning experience. Narrator. The highlights are brilliant. Narrator. The details in the shadows are preserved. Narrator. Now, for the big question, promotion. Narrator. Unfortunately, Apple has once again decided to keep its 120 Hz adaptive refresh rate exclusive to the Pro models. Narrator. The standard iPhone 16 is still locked at 60 Hz. Narrator. Look, 60 Hz on an iPhone feels smoother than 60 Hz on many other phones, thanks to Apple's optimization, but side by side, you can notice the difference. Section 4. Capturing moments. The camera system. The camera is always a huge part of any new iPhone, and the iPhone 16 brings some solid upgrades to the table. We're looking at a new 48-megapixel main sensor, which is a big leap from the 12-megapixel sensor on the standard iPhone 15. By default, it still shoots 12-megapixel photos using a process called pixel binning. This combines 4 pixels into one. This captures a lot more light. The result is photos that are brighter, sharper, and have less noise, especially in low-light situations. The difference is noticeable when you compare it to older iPhones. Photos at night just look cleaner. You can also choose to shoot in the full 48-megapixel ProRAW format, which gives you a ton of detail and flexibility for editing later. For most people, the standard 12-megapixel shots will be perfect for social media. The colors are classic iPhone, true to life and natural, without being boring. The computational photography, the photonic engine, does an incredible job balancing highlights. You can point, shoot, and be confident that you're going to get a great-looking photo almost every time. Video quality continues to be best in class. It shoots beautiful, stable 4K video that looks incredibly professional. Cinematic mode is better than ever at detecting edges and creating a natural depth of field. The new action mode is still here for super smooth video when you're running or moving around a lot. And with the new capture button, starting a recording feels more intuitive and immediate than ever before. What could be better? The standard iPhone 16 still doesn't have a telephoto lens. You're relying on digital zoom. 2x digital zoom looks good thanks to 48MP, but further zooms degrade quickly. Section 5. Powering through the day. Battery life and charging. Battery life is one of those things that can make or break a phone experience. You can have the best camera and screen in the world, but if the phone is dead by 3 p.m., none of it matters. I'm happy to report that the battery life on the iPhone 16 is excellent. Thanks to a slightly larger battery and efficiency gains from the new A19 Bionic, this phone is a true all-day device. On a typical day of use for me, social, YouTube, music, messages, I ended the day with about 20 to 30% left. For heavy users, this is a big deal. I pushed it with hours of GPS, photos, video, and gaming, and it still lasted until bedtime. You won't have to carry a battery pack around with you. When it comes to charging, things are the same. The iPhone 16 still supports wired charging around 20 to 25 watts. That gets you roughly to 50% in 30 minutes. Decent, but not groundbreaking. Many other phones can charge much faster. It would be nice to see Apple push the envelope for quick top-ups. Wireless charging is here, with MagSafe and the new Qi 2 standard. MagSafe snaps perfectly, great for overnight charging, but speeds are capped around 15 watts. So the story is a tale of two halves. Battery life is fantastic, charging speeds are just okay. The battery gives you real peace of mind in daily use, reliable and worry-free. Section 6. Silky smooth performance. At the heart of the iPhone 16 is Apple's brand new chip, the A19 Bionic. And to put it simply, this thing is fast. In day-to-day use, the phone is incredibly smooth and responsive. Apps open instantly. Scrolling through websites is buttery smooth. Switching between different apps is seamless. There's absolutely no lag or stutter to be found. Sending a text, browsing Instagram, watching a 4K video. The iPhone 16 handles it all without breaking a sweat. Editing photos? Breezy. Exporting a 4K video project happens remarkably quickly. For gaming, the iPhone 16 is a powerhouse. Games with intense graphics run flawlessly with high frame rates and incredible detail. The new GPU in the A19 is particularly impressive. This power isn't just for today, it future-proofs the device. New iOS versions and more demanding apps will be handled gracefully for years. This is the kind of longevity you expect from an iPhone. It will still feel great in 3, 4, even 5 years. For the average person, all this power means a friction-free experience. It does what you want it to do when you want it to do it. The A19 is overkill today, and that overkill is a feature. It keeps the phone feeling fast for years. Section 7. The verdict. Is the iPhone 16 your next phone? So, after spending a lot of time with the iPhone 16, if you're coming from an iPhone 14 or 15, the changes are more incremental. You'll notice the more comfortable design, the brighter screen, the better main camera, but it might not feel like a revolutionary leap. If you're using an iPhone 13 or older, this is a massive upgrade. The jump in performance with the A19 will be immediately noticeable. The new 48-megapixel sensor is a real leap, especially in low light. My favorite part is the combination of fantastic battery life and refined ergonomics. The biggest downside, without a doubt, is the 60Hz screen on the standard model. In a world where budget phones ship 9120th Hz, it's a tough omission on a premium device. So who should buy this phone? The iPhone 16 is for the person who wants a reliable, powerful, easy-to-use phone with a great camera and all-day battery life. It's for someone who values a seamless experience and a device that will last for many years. It may not have every pro-level feature, telephoto or 120 Hz, but it perfects the core experience. It's the default iPhone for a reason. This year, it's a better default than ever before. This is my full review of the iPhone 16.